you gotta have like 15 of these around to know like you doing your job out here in these internet streets, okay? No, if we want to be honest, it just shows bumps, lumps, wrinkles, all that. So check some of my other videos and see how crispy this baby sounds. Okay, today let's talk about the things that you need to level up your content in 2024. These are the things that you need to make your content crispy and really just come across well, present as professional, and that you're gonna use next year to really take your content to that next level. Now, some of these things I'm pretty sure you've heard about before and you probably already know you need, but I wanna give you some tips and hacks to use them in a way that's gonna make your content a little bit better, okay? First, let's talk about what you're going to be creating your content with. Let's get Captain Obvious out of the way. Let's talk about your phone. You can use your phone to create content. This is probably the simplest way to create content. Do not feel the need to go out and buy any type of big fancy camera to create your content. You got your phone. Literally, that's all you need in order to create your content. You just want to make sure that you have those settings right so that you are getting the best possible. I like to keep my phone camera on 4K 60 or 4K 30 if you don't want to use all that space on your phone for the 4K 60, but that comes out really, really well. Then you want to make sure that you clean off your camera lens when you are doing content on your phone. It really shocks me the number of people that don't know that or understand that, but wipe your lens off before you start filming. You want to make sure that the content that you're capturing on that phone camera is as clear and blurry free as possible, and wiping off that camera lens is going to be a great way to get you the content that you want to get from your phone. Now, first things first, let's talk about alternatives to your phone to capture content. Now, this is an oldie but goodie. This is the camera that I'm currently filming on, and I gotta give a shout out to it because I bought it a few years ago, but it is still giving me high quality and amazing content, and that is the EOS R. It is a mirrorless camera that is lightweight but gives me the same vibes as a big professional DSLR camera. Now, this camera right now is going for probably half of the price of what I paid for it, and it is totally worth it. This camera is a few years old. This is not the latest and greatest in this line of cameras from Canon, but it still does the job. As long as you have a really nice lens to go with it, it will give you top quality content. I am currently using the Canon 35mm 1.8 lens on this, and this is an amazing photography lens. That's really what I bought it for, but it does pretty decent with video. You see what this looks like. This is what we're filming on right now. Canon EOS R with the 35mm 1.8. Now, that is if you want, you know, really good content and you're really striving for that next level to do sit down videos and things like that. That's what I think this is appropriate for, or if you want really crispy photos, okay? Next, let's go down the tier and talk about another oldie but goodie, and that's going to be the Canon M50. Yes, I still own my Canon M50, and I think this still does a really great job depending on what you're trying to do, because as you can see here, I'm not talking about cameras that are going to break the bank. So the Canon M50, I feel like it does that. You can get it new at a decent price, but you also can buy this used on the Canon site. Not used, refurbished, okay? I know y'all probably don't like the word used, but refurbished on the Canon site. And I feel like this is a really good value. Now, I have the kit lens on here that I use this for. I do my Amazon review videos with this camera and they come out just fine. But if you really want to step this up a notch, the Sigma 16mm, I want to say it's a 1.4 aperture, does really well. It gives you a wider field of view and really gives you that nice crispy look on this camera as well. So the Canon M50 is still a camera to look out for, especially if you're looking for something budget friendly and affordable. Now, let's talk about the camera that I feel is going to be the camera of 2024 when it comes to content creation, especially if you're going to be doing vlogging, maybe sit down videos, you're creating short form video. I think this is a really versatile camera, and this is the next camera that is literally on its way to me, and I will be showing you when I unbox it. This is going to be the Sony ZV-1 II. They made some upgrades and changes to the regular Sony ZV-1, and one of my biggest things that I love about this camera is that it has image stabilization, and they added a wider lens on that camera. I had been looking at that camera when it first came out, and I was just like, I don't like the crop that it's given, but they upgraded it, and now I'm getting it. So I will show you here on the screen what it looks like and some of the specs to the camera. When I get it, I will show it to you all, and we'll kind of go through everything at that time. But if you're looking to make an investment into something that's still not super affordable, but you really can pull out some stellar content with it, I would definitely recommend the Sony ZV-1 II. Based on all of my research, I feel like it's an overall great camera for creators going into 2024. Now, after we have what we're going to be doing our content with, let's talk about, I feel like one of the things that is the next in line for making sure that your content look good. This is literally the next thing that I worry about when it comes to getting my content, and that is lighting, okay? Your lighting must be good. I don't care what type of camera you use. If your lighting is not good, the footage is just not going to be right. It's not going to be right. So you want to make sure that you're using natural light, which that means you're sitting in front of a window just like this. The only thing with that is that when the sun goes in and out behind the clouds, it will change in your video. You'll see that change happening, and if you don't want that, then you're going to need studio lights. I will say the sunlight looks the best when you are filming. It just gives that natural white light vibe, and things just look a lot crispier when it comes to natural light, but that's not always feasible. You may not live somewhere where light comes in, or it might be fall like it is now, winter. Is it fall or winter? I don't know. And the sun just might not be out that often, so you're gonna need studio lights. Now, I gotta talk about my Old Faithful. My Old Faithful right here. I literally have had this since the beginning of my content creator career. It is the very first thing I bought, and that is my ring light. I still use my ring light to this day. It lights every single video you see on this camera, and I recommend it to everybody. This is very affordable. I want to say it's definitely less than $100 if you're looking for a light. This is it. This is the one. This is what I would grab because it is circular. It provides a wide area of light that can light a bigger space rather than something that's small and just, you know, directly lights just the subject. This gives you a round light, and it gives light in the entire area, and to me that is more flattering, especially for women. That is more flattering when you don't want those harsh, sharp edges on your face. And I know that's a cinematic look that a lot of people like, but if you're looking for something to just light the entire area, I would definitely recommend this ring light. I will definitely link all these things and everything I'm talking about down in the description below, so you can check them out and see what you want to use. Now, next, I want to talk about these studio lights that I have here on either side. And these are some, I don't know what you call these, but these are lights, and they kind of have panels that like flap out on them. I really like these because you can diffuse the lights. It's not just one, you know, one type of light, but you can diffuse it. You can go really dim, you can go really light, you can go really yellow, you can go blue, and so you really can control the type of light that you're needing to use when it comes to these lights. I absolutely love these to light my videos. And now here is a pro tip when it comes to lighting your videos. You want to make sure you have a 3-point lighting setup. To me, that is the most flattering when you are setting up your videos. You want to have some sort of light source in front of you. You want to have light source on the left and you want to have a light source on the right. If you want this full lit look that I have here, or that typically is going to be flattering on women. Now, if you want that cinematic look where there's kind of like a shadow on one side of your face, you can leave one side unlit and just have the light on either side, your best side, girl, and then it will create that shadow on one side of your face. And then a lot of people do like that look because they feel like it adds dimension, but no, if we want to be honest, it just shows more of your flaws. And obviously we are all flawed humans and none of us are perfect, but that don't mean I gotta show it to you, okay? Bumps, lumps, wrinkles, all that stuff, that's my business and not yours, okay? So we are gonna do even light all around. And if you want that flattering look, 3-point lighting setup. Now, the next thing that's super important, especially if you're creating videos, it's going to be the sound. If you're doing a sit down video like this, it is really important that people hear you. Even if you're doing a voiceover, it is really important that people hear you. So you want to make sure that you have a really good microphone, okay? The microphone that I'm currently using now, honey, this is a very affordable, they don't even sell this anymore, okay? This is how long I had this. It's a very affordable lavalier mic. So it is literally plugged into my camera and there's a long cord that comes over and it's connected on to me. We don't even make this anymore and I need to upgrade this and I will be doing that soon, but it works. It's doing the job. Now, don't come for me, okay? Because I know there is a echo, okay? I literally am in a new office space and y'all gonna decorate this thing with me, but we're not there yet. So the space is just the space and there is a lot of echo at the moment. It is not the mic, okay? It's not the mic. Don't come for my mic. Go check some of my other videos and see how crispy this baby sound. Okay, but in addition to this lavalier mic, I also have a mic that goes on top of the camera that works really well. Doesn't work in this situation that I'm currently in because the camera is so far away from me, but I do love this microphone. This little baby here, this little fuzzy ball here is the Rode Video Micro, and you literally can just add this on the top of your camera. It is absolutely amazing for vlogging, or even if you're doing sit down videos and your camera is a bit closer than mine is. Here, this microphone is really good. It's versatile. That's what I like about it. You can use it on top of your camera for vlogs, for sit down videos. It's just really versatile and it's affordable. I don't know if you see the theme here that all of these things are affordable, but they are going to bring an impact to your content and make it that much better. So let's talk about a sound tip here to make your content come out a bit better. When you are choosing a microphone, definitely think about your circumstances. What type of filming device do you have? Do you have a phone and you just want to do a little plug-in mic? Are you going to be doing sit-down videos? Does a lavalier work best for you? Do you need something on top of here because you're going to be doing vlogs? Make sure you're thinking about that. Now, when you're filming outside, here is a pro tip. You want to make sure that you have some sort of muffler. What is this called? What is this called? Dead cat. That is what they call this thing. I know that is the weirdest name ever, but it do look like it should be dead rat because that's kind of what this looked like. But it's just called a dead cat. You want to make sure that you have one of these on your mic anytime you go outside to film, because the wind will ruin your video. The wind will ruin your video if you do not have something like this. So the wind is going to hit this, it's going to muffle it out, and you won't be able to hear anything when you go outside. So that's the pro tip there. Always make sure you have some sort of muzzler or cover on top of your mic if you're filming outside. That even goes for your phone or whatever else you're using. They do make them to where you can cover it up. And then in addition to these two, also, if you're going to be doing voiceover, make sure you're using a good recording device there. I do have a little desktop microphone that I use. I don't really like the way that sounds, so I really just rather use my phone to talk into that and do my voiceovers. That is not the best way, but that is an easy way if you're doing voiceovers. Literally take the audio recording on your phone, talking to it, going about your business, slap it over your video if you don't have a desktop microphone. But I will list some desktop microphones that I have had before. One I gave away, and the other I do have that, but yeah, there's better options. But I will link some down in the description that I love, and I'm going to be doing an overhaul of all of the equipment I have in 2024. Just upgrade. Not wrong with what I got, but you know, baby, let me upgrade. Just sometimes you got to do that. Okay, next, we want to stabilize our footage. You have to stabilize your footage. No one wants to watch your video and it's shaky, dakey, wakey. You all out walking and you making me dizzy looking at your video. Nobody wants that. So you have to have some form of stabilization by way of a tripod. Okay, now let's talk about probably my absolute favorite tripod, because it's been with me since day one, A1 from day one, just like with my ring light. It is going to be this Amazon Basics tripod that my camera is currently sitting on. This is a hot $25, at least when I bought it. 20 bucks. Get you one. It is the first line of defense when it comes to stabilizing your videos. You want to have something, and this Amazon Basics is my first recommendation for doing that, especially if you're going to be doing sit down videos. Sitting down videos, get you an Amazon Basics. But even if you're going out in the field to record and stuff like that too, this thing is so lightweight and portable. You can easily grab it and go. I've done it many a times. It is a bit big. I want to offer you an additional option when it comes to that though, but it is super lightweight. Super lightweight, super lightweight. You just got to be careful if you're putting a super expensive camera on top of it. You want to make sure that you weigh it down, and there is a little hook underneath to where you can add a weight to it. But next one I want to recommend is going to be the OG in the game right here. This is going to be the Manfrotto little traveling tripod right here. Can you see that? Can you see that? Oh, don't comfort me. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the eye detection on, so it's not going to capture this. But of course, I'll put B-roll. As you can see it here. It is the Manfrotto tripod. This thing is the absolute GOAT. It's great for vlogging. Set your camera up right on top. Push this. You can move it all around. It is really good. I like this. You literally just screw. Let me show you. You literally just screw your camera onto it just like this. Boop, and there we go. You are now vlogging. It fits in your hand. Absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love this thing. This is the Manfrotto little desktop tripod. Don't ask me the full name of it. It'll be linked down below if you need it. But yeah, this one here. And then next, let's talk about when we're out in the field and we are getting our reels and our short form video and all those things, and we're trying to be low key. We don't really want people looking at us because we already don't want to be out here doing this anyway. You need something that you can move quickly, and that's going to be lightweight and, you know, discreet. This one right here. I have had this for the longest of times, and I absolutely love it. It literally is just a little mini tripod, right? And you can open it up. So let's twist it like that. Don't embarrass me on this camera. And then you spread this out here, and then you just lock that right into place. It's super lightweight. Now this thing gets really tall. Boom. Look, it has multiple tiers of height, and you just keep blocking it off, keep raising it. And so, oh my gosh, it literally probably is taller than me. It's about probably 6 feet, but it goes really high. So if you're out and you're trying to capture content, you can have that there. Boom, pick it up, take it to the next spot, especially if you're trying to get photos. This is what I have used this for. You're out and about, you're, you know, in the streets, influencers in the wild, honey. You got your phone on top of this. You can easily pick it up and go to the next location. Boom, put it down. Your phone is here. Put your little timer on. Pose. So it works really great for that. So you want to have you a really good mobile tripod to where you can get your content where you're out and about and on the go. So yeah, you absolutely need that. A little pro tip here when it comes to image stabilization and stabilizing your content. You want to try to put your camera, especially when you're doing video talking, direct to camera, or even when you're doing reels and stuff like that, sit your camera up just a tad bit above you and then tilt it down. It gives a more flattering look when you do that, from what the pros say, honey, that you're supposed to put your camera up a bit and then tilt it down to you, so it's not like all up in your grill and all up in your, you know, nose and stuff like that. We don't want to see up in your nose and everything. So make sure you level it just a bit higher than where you're going to be sitting, and then tilt it down. That is supposed to give a more flattering feel to your content. And now, if you create content on your phone or a camera, you know this is the one thing probably every creator can relate to, and that's running out of storage, okay, on your phone and on all your little SD cards, right? So you're gonna want to have some external hard drives, okay? This is super important. This is super important. You gotta have like 15 of these around to know like you doing your job out here in these internet streets, okay? You gotta have like 10 of these sitting around. This is the max one. I just thought this was too cute. Look how that's gold. That is so cute. And then this is the WD Elements. They're both super, super thin. Love that. But you gotta have these. These are super important if you want to keep space on your cell phone or keep space on your SD cards. You got to have some external hard drives sitting around. You got to have these. These are super, super important. Pro tip here is, girl, go ahead and buy the 5 terabyte. Go ahead and buy the 5 terabyte because you are going to use that. Absolutely, you're going to use that. I know when you're first buying them and you're like, $200? What? And then you find yourself 2 months later buying another one. It's like, no, go ahead and invest in that 5 terabyte one, because the 1 terabyte is not enough. I can tell you now, especially if you're shooting your content in high definition, you run out of the 1 and 2 terabytes really, really quick. Go ahead and invest in the 5. Okay, and then last but not least, the tiniest of them all, you got to make sure you have SD cards to hold your content. But the SD card that you want for your high definition content, your content that's going to be crispy and really, really good, is going to be the SanDisk Extreme Pro, so that you don't have to worry about your stuff coming out blurry and it's not enough. These are just best for high definition content. If you're shooting in 4K, you want to make sure you have these. But yeah, those are all of my content creator must-haves and my content creation hacks for you. If you have any questions about how I use these things or anything like that, leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. If you want to know more about becoming a full-time content creator in 2024, check out this video right here. I'm going in depth. I'm giving all the tea on exactly how to do that. I'll see you over there.